Alrighty, so this is my journey to the world record. This is not when I started at 2 p.m. This is the first time I thought I had a good one, and at this time I had already learned a few techniques. So I'm going to share all the techniques that I learned along the way with you. There's 7 of these total. There's big borders to lay them out, 2 p.m., 4 p.m., whatever. But yeah, 7 of these. The last one is the best one, and I had to redo that one because PlayStation skipped like a couple of frames throughout the recording. You'll notice some of these recordings are OBS and some of these recordings are PlayStation. PlayStation 1 looks a little cleaner, working on OBS, but
I was wondering.
I think that you're going to learn something from this if you're trying to get a world record. Enjoy my tips. Anywho, I'll recap along the way. But first off, I skip a lot. This is my worst one. I mean, I'm still grabbing stuff from the bins, like that shotgun. That shotgun is trash. Look at this technique right here. I was still kind of just trying to kill them all, but having watched speedrunners before, like, gosh, I can't remember their names. There's forums, or you know what? That other YouTuber, Salt, Summoning Salt, great guy to watch us. To a speed run, but although I don't know any glitches, that's what a lot of speedrunners do, I do know that you just gotta push it, and this is I knew this wasn't the right way. Definitely my worst. That's safe though, but again, worse. Seeing it, I'm learning things like you activate the terminal really quick, and there's a gold shotgun in there. I mean, do I need my P2020? Probably not. Kicking that door. I want to mention something about kicking that door. If you're in speed rush mode, you're tactical, and it runs out at the last minute, and he's throwing away the juice, you can't punch. So that'll waste you like 3 seconds. 3 seconds. And that's awful. So when I do the speed run on these next runs, you'll see that I am punching the door right as it's running out, which allows me to sort of get straight into shooting and punch any other animation I need. And look how wild I am. Oh, man, I do not look forward to playing this again. I played it plenty of times. I'll play it a few more. I'll probably play it a few more times with my bro, or with my friends, but I got the record, so I'm confident no one has a better record. At least at this point in time. Last time I did the record for the first one, I did have the best record for a little bit. I've done some guy from Japan totally beat me out. So this is for America. Okay, this world record is for the United States Bay. But that aside, okay, here's another thing. Grenades? You don't need a grenade. Now I didn't learn this until later, but as soon as you start the drill, the shadows come out. But what's interesting is that there are 2 of those prowlers outside, and they have full health. They take more bullets than average. But as soon as you hit the drill, those normal looking prowlers that have full health will instantly change to a one-shot like the rest of them. It'll even show the health go from big to small. So I noticed that. So I know that's why I stopped carrying the Peacekeeper. I realized I didn't need to carry it, and I started carrying, as I got better, the heavy machine gun and that R301 Gold. It only takes a few bullets to wipe them out. As you can see, that's 410. I think it takes 10 minutes is like the time they give you, so that's not great. So this is an hour later from what you last saw at 2 p.m. And yeah, here we go. Alright, so jumping in Octane's definitely the guy to go. Gotta have on this. Dropping my choke, dropping to P2020. I later decided that dropping to P2020 later at a different point is better for saving time. Now right here I'm trying to shoot the fence, and I realized that's a big waste of time, and I stopped doing that. Something I did when I was playing duos so that we could run straight into it safely. But yeah, it just takes so much time, so you're gonna have to eat a little bit of fence juice. Watson was fine, has a scar on her face. Other than that, yeah, that's a tactic I will disregard later on. I see the monsters coming up there. I thought Crypto was up there, but he's not. There is a shotgun up there. Not that good shotgun. How come I can't think of the names of these guns while I'm talking? It's the one that shoots a horizontal spread. It's the one that they just took out of the so yeah, there's purple armor up there, but you just don't have time to grab these things. Yeah, I can't believe I'm still grabbing those two. The fact that they gave out those accelerants though gave me the idea for the technique you'll see after this video. Everything gets really good. Everything gets much better. Here I'm trying to crack it and put grenades in. Choke point. Not exactly a fatal funnel, but again, if you are, well, you're already 5 minutes in, but if you're looking for the golden one, that's at the very end. Okay, that's like creme de la crop of racing. Now I'm letting the whole recording go as well, because, like I said, I got this record at 6 p.m., but I had to redo it because of the chopped frames, and I didn't want anybody to think that I was cheating. So I redid it for 4 hours until I could finally get my record. There's a lot of RNG involved as far as like the dog placement. Sometimes the dogs would block me on the fence, and I'll mention that again. Just gotta start over. Unless you're at a point where you kind of want to practice something that you're not good at a later phase. But yeah, there is some RNG involved as far as like where the prowlers are. Everything else is the same though, where the weapons are, and so that's great. So you'll see here I'm swapping out for, it's yeah, I need the space and that's slowing me down. So I find a place to do that later on the next clip that you see that makes sense where I have time. You gotta be quick with your hands. I do recommend, I haven't mentioned this, changing your settings slightly. You want to activate this right away. Look at his health. Bam, goes to small. So that's why I kept this clip. I wanted to show you that. But darn it, I forgot what I was saying, but don't worry. We've got 5 more clips to go, and I'm sure that I'll mention it then. If I don't, you can mention it in the comments, and I'd be happy to. It'd be my pleasure. I do realize that the accelerant is a good technique. So I'm testing out that here, and I'm just trying to find a good hiding spot. You'll really like the next technique I use. Getting that accelerant handled. I also realize you don't need full health. I mean, when do you ever need full health? So, med packs, they just take too long. Better to have a shield bat and just kind of eat the health. Playing it safe. Plenty of time to mark that a little early. Grab. Go. Air strafing is good to know. If you don't know how to, there are tutorials for it. You have to use both analog. And that is the last time that I'm going to skip a lot now. This was 3 p.m. I think, and now it's 6 p.m. My skills have excelled exponentially. Alright, so I already dropped the choke. And you get familiar with where the prowler's paths are. On that rock, he pauses for a second. On the stairs, right there is a good spot. You do have to lead the target as far as like knowing where they are. And I count like, the shots 4. When I know that I've gotten 4, I move forward. You gotta get 4. Now here's the spot. Don't you see his little dazzle hands? That's the spot where you want to drop a lot of crap. That you won't. Check out that slide. This slide is hard to duplicate. Man, I melted in there. Not exactly sure, but you gotta glide and try not to turn. Jumping. Grab the shoddy. You notice that I had no guns. Now I have a gun again. Alright, that should burn some of them. And that's a technique that I don't use so much anymore. Now, I'll be honest, the RNG was on my side today. Because in a lot of situations, I died here. But dogs came in at kind of a spaced out pace. So, no complaints. But it wasn't like that for like 3 hours. Yeah, and I still have the shock. Not a fan of the shoddy for the second. I do grab it for a few shots, but not much. I'll use the shotgun here because I want to save my R301 the next phase when I use the Revenant Prowlers, Shadow Prowlers, whatever. But nope, I still have the shotgun. Now that glide is good. That put me in pretty deep. Yeah, that's a mistake. I should have done the deploying drill. No worries. Now that line is important. Somewhere in there is where you want to put the bounce pad. And I see, that's a cool technique. You got to know the game to know this technique. That gives me plenty of time to like do my meds. So I can't believe I dropped the. Yeah, it's a good place to do your tactical. And look how many bounces I get. I get a lot of bounces. You're going to see in my best one that I had a lot of bad luck. It shows that there's a lot of room for improvement if you want to beat my current record. We'll see it. I got a lot of bounces, plenty of time for, almost enough time for that med pack. Tactical. That is good. You definitely want to aim down sight when you're shooting these guys so that you don't have to reload as often. And if you pull back in between those two cars, it's a nice little. Now that is sexy. This is my favorite one. This is 312. I love how the bounce pad, and I threw it out at the same time. And that's risky. It was real risky, but I just did it anyway. If I could get it down more on point, then I would do it all the time. But it's I prefer to kind of aim and throw. Yeah, it's confusing. But that one was really cool. I like throwing it. Yeah, that's the 312. That's my favorite looking one though. That one looks real crazy. I love that bounce pad part. We're both, the bounce pad and me are flying at the same time. Now this is from the PlayStation. This is the one that's going to be choppy. This is, I would have turned it off, man. I would have turned off the game and said, that's my record. Look how clean that looks. However, you're going to see a little jump when I go down the staircase. And that's extremely cool. Now there's one more technique that I haven't started to add yet. I'll just wait until we do it on the next row. Anywho, look at those guys got in a row. I was so lucky that all three of them were like right next to each other. I've got 945 in the top. That's great. That's a great start. I would consider this phase 1. When I get to the bottom stairs, it's phase 2. So there I drop all the light, all the sniper, and the choke. Try to do that slide. Kind of hard to pull off consistently. You notice I didn't go as deep. There's the skip. There's the skip that made me say, okay, great. I gotta redo this because I don't want anybody to think that I'm chopping things up or anything like that. That is something in the speedrunning community. Yeah, those. So, the funnel is good. When you're shooting the R301, if you can try to shoot before the last bullet goes out, that way you don't have to rechamber it. That is something you'll see I start to add. I'm still really low health. Looking good. Quarter health. You gotta be good. You gotta be quick on health. For multiplayer health. I used the R301 here. I would have preferred to use the shotgun. You guys get to learn from my mistakes. Welcome. And I'm still carrying the shotgun. What the heck, you know? And it's only good. Pump it. Get that lead in. Remember, you really want to do the drill first, even if you have to take a hit. Depends what your health looks like. On the line or after. I should have not dropped the ammo until I'd done accelerate, but again, there is way more room for growth. This is a record that I doubt broke. Right. Especially since it's not like there are only 200,000 people who play it on PlayStation. I see another little skip. Yeah, well, PlayStation looks pretty, but it gets choppy. It's probably because I record at 30-minute intervals. You gotta work with what you gotta work with. I was using both OBS and PlayStation. And safety. I knew it was a good run. I was like, cool. Now when I hit that second bounce pad, I press jump so that I can get the extra height. On the first bounce pad, no jump, so I land where the bounce pad goes. If I jump on the bounce pad, I will pass it. When you jump on a bounce pad, you go further. No jump on the first bounce pad, and then jump as soon as you hear the sound. How I make sure I always land it perfectly, never accidentally jump over. Wait for me to hear the sound, then I jump. Recap. No jump on the first jump pad, then press jump on the second. I have plenty of time to fill because I'm not cutting any of the blackness out or the loading screens for this one because that was one of my super good ones. So just want to give you the raw. That was 304. This is the record that I chase for the next 4 hours. Ugh. And I streamed it. Oh man. Alright, 8 p.m. Drop my choke. I just wish that they would make square drop the choke. Instead it just throws in my inventory. I wish the X and square would be switched. Now I started throwing a thermal. That was my new technique. And I heard 2 ticks. I heard 1 tick, the second one, and I knew that I had, as soon as 1 touches it, the fire, they're dead. So I shot 2, and my thermal got 2, and I just counted the shots, and I heard 2 ticks for the thermal. I'll mention it where I throw it for next time. So I'm adding all the things I learned for improvements. Bam, that tactical. You'll see my my layout's a little odd. Works. Bumper jumper stuff. Alright, got about 100 health. Hit it before my juice runs out because I don't have to wait for the animation. I started throwing thermals here. I was dying a lot. And I just kind of pray the RNG helps me out here. Certainly weakens them for the shots. But gotta keep your cool, man. Don't get tense. You lose. Otherwise you freak out. Something I learned ways back. I was trying the jump pad there technique to go over the fence and straight in. No. Better to have that double bounce pad for the I also tried throwing that bounce pad where you see it is now when I first get down the steps, but because I'm so fast it's not always there. So kinda not worth it. Bam. Hit that first. If you that is what you want to do. Definitely want to do that. Alright. And see, I don't have my bounce pad to do the technique where I can heal, do the tactical more safe. In a more secure way. And I'm still carrying the shotgun. What the heck? Also, they have lots of energy ammo, but like, why? I didn't even run into it. I even looked around to find it. Because a couple times I screwed up. Yeah, I explored. Gotta be one somewhere, but if there was, it's not on pass, so it's not good for the speed run. Alright. A few more to go before the current world record is known as WoW. I don't know why it's WoW. So because there's only 1 jump pad, I do press jump on that one, so I can get a little extra distance. And in hindsight, I should have pressed the speed boost as I landed. And it's always good to hold left on the D-pad. That is 309. Oh, alright. I am grinding, dude. 9:30 p.m. Before 2 p.m., probably like 11 or something, whenever it finally came out. 9:30. Alright, so I throw the thermal basically where the yellow ping is. And I keep the analog where it is. And you see some of them already get. I heard the extra one. I already go to the gate. Start dropping those 2 guns. Fall down. I know I had. Throwing that thermal is pretty good technique. I think it's worth throwing, especially to guarantee that you can get out of the gate. Alright. And that. So I'm at 925. That's great. Normally I'm at 920. So I was at like 926. The med pack, the battery, shotgun, they're all great, but minimum shotgun and the purple arm. Hit it right before the accelerator runs out. Don't have to wait for the animation. Perfect. Thermal will help soften them up. Spam square to shoot these guys. The thing about this spamming square is that it forces my shotgun reload, which is annoying. I'm trying to pick up thermal, but it forces my shotgun reload. So when I switch back to the shotgun, you'll see that it's in a halfway reload animation. I was considering changing it to hold to reload, but I would have had to get used to it, and Apex doesn't have that down either. That's something that bothers me. Holding square to reload doesn't always work when you change it. That's why I went back to tap to reload, tap to pick up. Now if I'm smart, I'm running with the bullet guns, the non-shot. Oh, not smart. Not smart yet. 12 hours of playing will passing that on to you in 20 minutes. 12 hours of playing, pretty fair. Alright, wise. Got a battery, got full health. I'm healing now anyway. Do the tech. Now you see I got like 3 or 4 bounces out of that. On my best one, I get really unlucky. But again, I'm going to point out all the unlucky moments. And yet somehow I get a wow record. Anywho. Aim down sight. Oh, I don't have any extra bullets. I do drop them. But try not to reload. Definitely don't have time for that med pack. I want to, but I know that I'm not going to have time. You really don't. Batteries yet. I went to firing range to practice. Because I couldn't get it to always. Sometimes it would land on top of 2 bounce pads would be on top of each other, almost exactly like a sandwich, and it wouldn't bounce. Absolutely frustrating. Which is why I, instead of aiming, I either go up to it and make sure it bounces. 309. I either go up to it and throw it carefully, or I do it as I'm running it. Alright, so here we go, guys. Creme de la crop. Whatever you're saying. This is it. This also came from PS4 because OBS screwed up on this one, so I just had some bad luck with this record today. Ugh. Anywho, hopefully I do have the highest record, even when considering. Alright, so I'm hovering over the area where the choke is, and I switch it off, throw the grenade forward, lands in a prime spot. As you can see, that one's going to hit it, so that's 1, 2, here we go, up to the rock, 3, and I guess, yeah, there's the 4th hit. 2 of them hit the thermal. Got lucky, I'm leaving at 940, 4, great. Air strafing important, drop the crap I don't need. I actually tap square 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then go and drop the choke. See, now that's bad luck. Double bad luck. They block my path, but I did get a little good luck by that good slide. It only happened once in this other video. I tried to grab the grenade, and I got it. I'll hang on to that. Should have been spamming jump, but I didn't. A little lucky here because nope, bad luck here. Look at that, blocked by him. I don't even know why I kept going. Threw that grenade, and I don't know if I took a little bit of damage, but hopefully it ate a few. RNG was on my side. They all backed up. That was so lucky. Normally they push through it, even with the thermite. Super lucky. What my health was, and I have time to heal. But luckily that grenade actually wiped out a good portion. So that's another reason this is a bad luck run right now. I love that shotgun flip from there. Alright, I should take the R301. Yep, I'm good at this point. Slide, jump. I get real deep, which is great. Pulling it right off the back. And you can keep an eye out at the time. It lets you know how good it is. I know this technique is a good one. I know to do the explode first. Normally I get several bounces. I got 2 bounces. Unbelievable. It's really actually a bad run. But my experience is allowing me to sort of make the best. This is a great choke point. You kind of stand here. Dogs will almost, prowlers will almost always come from this direction. That zombie's coming. Dogs. Call of Duty. I shouldn't have to reload again at this point, especially between the 2 guns. A little nervous. My health. But I'm cool. Playing it cool. Playing it because I know I have good time. Air strafe. Missed it a little bit, but that's alright. Landed in the right area. Top clock doesn't mean anything. When you trigger the drill, that clock is on. That is it. That is the WoW record. And it's called WoW because the time is 3:03. And if you turn the 3s to its side, quarter turn to the right, then it'll be a W 0 W. See? All makes sense. World, planet type of life. Ew. Loading screens are long. I had to meditate. When I was waiting during slow times, I was just seeing what I could do better. 303. Oh, glad that's behind me. Anybody want to run a world record? This is the only video you need. I'm anxious to see what other people do. Anywho,